Good evening, good evening, good evening, and good evening. Welcome back to our final night of Bedtime Stories with the Deltas. I know where I am, it's a rainy night. If you're in Selma or surrounding areas, I know it is a rainy night for you as well. So why not spend it with Bedtime with the Deltas on a Friday night? Just want to recap as we ask you, as always, to please like and share, like and share. I'm Iris Brooks Beasley, the president of the Selma Alumni Chapter, and this is one of our the entities that we do. That's a community activity that we just love. So let me recap, and I'm still wearing my blinking glasses here because on Monday, in preparation for the election on Tuesday, March 5th, we read one vote, two vote, I vote, you vote. Then on the next night, one of my sorors, or Latimer, came and she read, "Oh, the places you will go." Then on Wednesday night, that enormous potato, was read by our Sora Ford. And then last night, I believe you heard Fox and Socks by Dr. McPhillips. So we got a very special reader for you tonight as you like and share. We have seen the various posts and just want to thank all the viewers and those who have shared this fun-filled activity. So, help us tonight. Is, like I said, it's raining here. It's raining cats and dogs. And I'm sure it's a book or something about raining cats and dogs, and maybe we'll find that. But please like and share. And at this point, I want to bring our chair of our education committee, Sora Plump, on and help me pump it up, pump it up. Oh, Sora Plump. Okay, yeah, we go pump it up right here. How you doing?
Hey, how are you? Thank you for showing up on a rainy night with us to celebrate Bedtime Stories with the Deltas in honor of Read Across
It's
America Week.
America. Yeah.
And we are happy that we have who we have, and we are happy that everybody else, as you say, is coming on in and taking a seat and joining us. So we had an awesome time last night. Dr. McPhillips read to us Fox and Socks, and it is a tongue twister. So I was so happy that she was there to read to us and share that book with us by Dr. Seuss. And tonight we have another one of our committee members, one of our stars, that's going to come to us and read a new book to us. But Before we do that, we're going to announce last night's winner, and that person will be winning a copy of Fox in
And
Socks.
socks.
And our first winner is Turkisa Murray. Turkisa Murray. So we're
All
excited
right.
that
All
she's
right.
going to be winning our first book. And we have winners from earlier in the week of those books, and we will be getting them out. And we have one more winner from last night, and that name is Audrey Gable Peterson. So please, please, as you like and share tonight, inbox us and let us know where you would like for us to send those books to. And when you get those books, please share those books with others in your community. And tonight we have a special Sarah that is sharing with us. And let's find out what book she's going to share with us and who that book is by. We There she is, Sarah Alvestine Johnson. Thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. What will you be sharing with us?
Well, it's my pleasure to share a book. You know, you're at the end of the week, and at the end, we think we're going to be stopping. But our title says, even though this is the end of the reading for the week, we're going to begin something tonight because the title of the book is The Day You Begin. Now, there's a question mark. What are you going to begin? That we will find out when we hear the story. But we're going to start something as well as end something. We're going to end the series of stories for the week, but we're going to begin something that we will carry with us after tonight is over. And that's why the title is The Day You Begin. Am I ready? Sarah Plum, should I start? Okay, you got the title of the story. It is The Day You Begin. Now, begin suggests you're going to start something. Yes, I hope you will start something tonight that you will carry with you when the reading is over. What can you begin? You can begin many things. Now, let's look back through the week. Those of you who've been here all 4 nights before tonight, each reader was different. Look at me tonight. I don't look like the reader that read last night nor the reader that read the night before. Each one of the readers is different. And that's the theme of our story tonight, that you are part of a group at home, you're part of a group at school, you're part of a group wherever you have a meeting with others, and yet no two people are exactly alike. So, again, the title is The Day You Begin to Learn About Differences. And this book is by Jacqueline Woodson. She is an award-winning writer who's won several awards. And because of the themes that she uses and the audiences that read her books, she is a very celebrated writer. Now, let's see, what can you begin? And the time that you begin it would be the day that you begin. When did you begin noticing that you didn't look like others and others don't look like you? The day you begin to notice the differences about yourself and others is the day that this book starts. It's called The Day You Begin. Now, there may be many situations in which you find yourself learning to begin to notice the differences between yourself and others. Maybe it was maybe it's the way you look. Sometimes you don't look like others, as I don't look like the readers who've read before me this week. Sometimes it's the way you talk. No two people always talk exactly alike. Maybe it's because of what you eat. We have different types of food that we like to eat. Whatever it is, the first time that you notice that you didn't do everything like everybody else does, that's the day you begin to notice the differences between yourself and others. So this story is a story that talks about the day you begin to become aware that you are yourself and others are themselves, and no two people are exactly alike. So the story starts with a character, and imagine yourself being this character. There will be times when you walk into a room and there is no one quite like you. Everybody is different. That's the day you begin to notice you're really not like other people. Maybe you will notice that it's your hair, or your clothes or your skin that makes you different from other people. But yet you will notice others are different from you and you are different from them. There will be times when no one understands what you say, your language, how you talk, as the character Rigoberto, who came from Venezuela. The beautiful language of his country he left behind. And when he was in the classroom, when his name was called, the classmates began to laugh until the teacher would quiet them because his name was different from theirs. But Roberto from Venezuela was very happy when his teacher so beautifully and softly called his name. It sounded like a song or like music in his ears, but it was funny to his classmates because they had not noticed the difference in him and in themselves. There will be times when the words don't come, when you can't have a voice, no, very loud or small. Maybe you will notice the difference when your teacher says to the class, "What did you do last summer?" And every student will have a different story. How will you feel telling your story? As Shayla said, "I went to France." Another student said, "We went to Maine." A boy named Jonathan holds out a jar and says, "We went and found some very fragile shells." And everybody tells a story, and no two stories are exactly alike. Another student says, "My whole family went to India," and another to Spain, and one to South Carolina. There you'll notice are from different countries and different places. And each one has a story to tell. Each one has a souvenir to show that represents where he has come from. Remember, you're not like others, and others are not exactly like you. So as you continue to discover your differences and you stand in front of that classroom, you can only remember what you're saying, how you lifted off the curb and your days were spent at home. You're telling your story of how you cared for your little sister who made you laugh out loud and hugged you hard at nap time. You can only remember the books you kept reading long after she had fallen asleep. They were interesting to you, but not necessarily interesting to your classmates because they were different from the books you had read and yours was different from theirs. And in that room where no one else is quite like you, you'll look down at your empty hands and wonder, what good is this when I'm telling my story and all my classmates are telling stories that are flying all over the world, going somewhere else rather than where I am from? There will be times when your lunch that your mother packed for you will be strange to your other friends. It will be unfamiliar to them. They will not understand the dishes that you eat versus the dishes that they eat. Then you'll notice you're different from them and they're different from you. How about when your friend Naja, with her wrinkled nose, even pokes her nose into your lunch and says, "What's in there anyway?" And you'll wonder how she doesn't see that you have rice. That is a very common food. And you'll wonder why she doesn't remember that rice is one of the most popular foods in the world in many countries. She'll be noticing the difference in you, and you'll notice the difference in her. Out on the playground, there will be times when the climbing bars are too high, or the run is too fast and far, and the game is one you are not familiar with. No one has ever played that game where you live. And you want to be on the team, and you can watch the others play and then feel that I'm different from them. I don't play the games they play, and they don't play the games I play. There will be times when the world feels like a place that you're standing all the way outside of. You're an outsider. You feel so strange and so different because you're not doing what everybody else does. And that's the time you begin to notice that you're different from them and they're different from you, but you're proud of what you are and they're proud of what they are too. And all that stands beside you is your own brave self, steady as steel and ready, even though you don't yet know what you're ready for. You are beginning to notice that you're different and you should be proud of your differences. There will be times when you walk into a room and no one there is quite like you. Until the day you begin, the title of our book, to notice the differences between you and others. They want to share your stories, and you begin to say, "My name is Angelina, and I spent my whole summer with my little sister." You tell the class, your voice gets stronger because you have confidence than it was earlier when you did not notice that you were different from others. Reading books and telling stories. And though we were right on our block, it was like we got to go everywhere because reading takes us to various places. It takes us all over the world. And so you can travel and learn about the differences of others. You continue to say, "My name is like my sister's name," Roberta says. "Her name is Angelina, too." And all at once in the room where there's no one else quite like you, the world opens up itself a little wider to make some space for you. And you can see that you are appreciated and others are appreciated, even though they are not like each other. I wish you could see this picture. There are children in this book with different colors of their skin, different styles of their hair, different clothes, but they are all learning about each other. They are learning that they are different and yet they are similar in so many ways. Then, when you begin to do this, this is the day you begin to find the places inside your laughter and your lunches and your books and where you travel and you tell your stories as they tell their stories and you listen to each other's stories, where every new friend has something different, yet something like you, and something else that's not like you, but you maintain your differences. So the day you begin to realize that the world is made of many different people, they are not all alike, but they can be together. And so I want you to remember that you can be happy and be different. You can be different and be happy. You can eat differently and not be hungry. You can talk differently and understand each other. You can dress differently and be cool and stylish in whatever you wear. We can be ourselves and understand others. We cannot have the same parents, but we can act like sisters and brothers. When we learn to recognize the differences between us are not so important that they keep us from being able to recognize each other and love each other. And so we end the story with, "We're different people from different places with different faces. What does it mean to be you? I don't have to think like you. We can still be friends and get along in harmony. Show mutual respect, even though we think differently. I don't have to be you, and you don't have to be me, but we can get along in harmony." A beautiful story of the day you discover your individual differences and the differences of others and be able to blend them together to make the world in which we live. The world is made up of many people. So wherever you are, in your family, everybody's not alike. There are differences among the children and the family. At your school, in your classroom, all the students are not alike. There are differences among the students. And wherever you go, in whatever group you find yourself, you will find that no two people are exactly alike. So this is a story of the character that learned the day to begin to recognize differences. And that's why the title is "The Day You Begin," not end, but begin. As we end the reading for the week, let's begin to make friends and recognize that no two people are exactly alike, but we're all different. See how different I am tonight from the readers from the previous nights? We're all alike in some way, but yet we have our individual differences. I bless this book and hope that you enjoy reading and want to read it more for yourselves as you begin to discover your differences as well as your similarities. The end.
Thank you. Awesome read.
Snaps and
Awesome
claps for
read.
Sword Johnson. The day you begin. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. What a wonderful book to end this week with and begin anew. Thank you so much. So just if we can just recap Soar Plump this week once
This
again, can
this
we?
week,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we can. You want me to recap or you recap it? We started off the week strong with you with our ears books Beasley right before our Tuesday voting day, and you shared one vote, two vote, I vote, you vote, which was an awesome read. The next night we heard from Sarah Latimer. We've heard about the places
This is your
you
go.
go, which was a wonderful book. It introduced us to new places and opportunities that we can make. On Wednesday night, we had that enormous potato that was shared with us by
Yeah.
Sarzella Ford, which we had a good time. I had a good time. I like to chew, as I tell my friends, so I'm always happy to have something surrounding food. Last night, Dr. Tamiko McPhillips, she read to us about the fox in socks. It was a tongue twister, and I was so happy that she was leading the reading on that because my tongue got tied several times. And tonight, Sarah Johnson shared with us a day you begin, and she talked to us about not being like others, but we get to begin something new. And having these bedtime stories has been new for us in the chapter, and I think it's just a lovely way for us to celebrate Dr. Seuss's birthday as we celebrate Read Across America.
And the thing about our books, just to add, there was a theme or point that would come to your attention, especially with the enormous potato. And they talked about teamwork, and it took everybody from the father to the dog to the cat to the mouse, I think, to pull that enormous potato out of the ground, and then to see everybody enjoy the aroma of the potato and then to enjoy the taste of the potato. So yeah, that was really a lot of fun with that one. And they all were informative and very good books, I want to say.
So, with that being shared, we're talking about teamwork, we're talking about sharing with others. We'd like to share tonight's winners with you. Of the Sarah Johnson, will you give us the title of the book and the author again?
The Day You Begin by Jacqueline Woodson, an award-winning writer. She's won several awards for children's books and is an outstanding author.
Well, it is my pleasure to announce that tonight's winners are Jamesia Armistead and Loretta Latimer. So if you would inbox us and let us know how you'd like to receive those books, at which address, we would be happy to get them in the mail. And once again, thank you all for joining us with this entire week for Bedtime Stories with the Deltas. You can like and share. You can go back and click on our Facebook page. All of the stories are there, just in case you missed one this week and you didn't get a chance to join in with us live. We would be ecstatic for you to check out these stories and share them with your friends. So I'll say good night, everybody. Good night, Sarah Johnson. Good
Good
night, Sarah
night.
Beasley.
Good night. Thank you all
Thank
for
you all
joining
for
us.
joining us. Join us the
And
same
we'll be
time next year.
It's
exactly.
time
We'll
to
be back
begin.
next year.
Even though we're saying good night, it's time to begin. The day to begin, the night to begin. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good
Good
night.
night.